What's up, FHN? I'm Parker.
And I'm Rhea.
And this is The Nightly Show.
This week we've got a lacrosse feature with Connolly,
Gabe's movie review,
a story on weight training,
and a stir-fry recipe. But before we get into all of that, here's Jenna with this week's weather.
Hello everyone, I'm Jenna and this is the weekly weather. This week we are seeing temperatures in the day warming up to the 80s, which puts us in the classic summer weather. In the nights this week, we're getting temperatures in the lower 60s. This week we're looking at cloudy and damp days with scattered thunderstorms all throughout this week, except for Monday, which will be partly cloudy. This week our pollen count is moderately high, with tree pollen and grass pollen being lower than normal. I hope you all enjoy your week, and I'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Jordan. Looks like it's going to be a pretty warm week.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I was really excited about the St. Louis Blues making the playoffs. Unfortunately, we got swept by Colorado. But speaking of playoffs, the boys varsity volleyball team won districts last Wednesday against Vianney, then unfortunately lost against Lafayette in the sectionals last Friday.
While on the topic of sports, let's take a look at a lacrosse feature with Connolly.
Formally, I started my freshman year, and I'm a junior now. But I did do some lacrosse camps before freshman year, but actually playing on a team that I started in high school. Hi, I'm Kat. I'm a midfielder for varsity. A midfielder, either they take draw or they're ready for the draw in the circle. Pretty much everything in the game except the goalie. My favorite thing is definitely taking the draw. I'm the reason either we have possession or we don't off the ball, off the draw, and it's just really fun to do. The ref sets up the ball between our sticks and the opponent, and then on the whistle, we push it up and either push it to one of our teammates or up, and then you try and catch it yourself. I practice out of school a lot. I would say off season, I probably, during quarantine and that, I did wall ball every single day. On the weekends, I come up and shoot sometimes. I hope to recruit a lot more girls because we definitely need more girls in the program. And it's a really fun sport. Even if you don't know much about it, it's still fun to come and learn because that's how I learned. I get everybody really excited for the games. And I make sure that new girls coming in, they know what they're doing, they feel comfortable with everybody, and I kind of just make sure everybody knows what position everybody else is. I try and make sure the chemistry is there, I guess. If I have the opportunity, I would love to play in college. I'm trying to get I'm starting emails out. I don't know where, but I definitely have decided that I want to definitely try and play.
Can't wait for Kat to play her senior year. Speaking of seniors, this is their last week of school, so be sure to show them some love in the halls.
In other school news, the groundbreaking ceremony for our new FHN building was last Thursday, May 20th. If you want to rewatch the ceremony, click the link in the description below.
While waiting 3 years for our new school to be built, here are some movies with Gabe's movie review that you can use to pass the time.
What's up, friends? It's Aidan Neu, and welcome to Weekly Movie Review, where I'll be breaking down some of my recently watched films and hopefully giving you guys some new movie suggestions. Alrighty, up first on today's list, we have Love, Simon. I'm gonna be real with you guys, I did not like this movie at all. Starting off with the positives of this movie, it has a very good, strong message, has a very deep, rich concept. It tackles the topic of coming out when you are part of the LGBTQ community, and I think towards the end of the movie, it actually deals with that subject really well. Unfortunately, that really good, strong, positive message does not save it from its own horrendous dialogue. This movie has terrible dialogue. Honestly, some of the worst and lazy writing that I've seen in a while. What makes it so bad, you might ask? It's the equivalent of the writers putting their own foot in their mouth. It's just so clear that the writers of this movie are so disconnected from their audience. It tries to pander to a teenage audience, especially since that's who the movie is really for. But unfortunately, it's just so clear that they're so disconnected because it's essentially being hey, hello, fellow teenagers. The writers acting like they know what modern teenage life is what modern teenage life is like and how we act and what our interests are. I think it's offensive to my senses because it does a terrible job of it. Like I said before, there's a really good, strong, positive message, has really good LGBTQ representation in it, but unfortunately its own writing kind of slaughters its ranking today. So today I'm going to be giving this a 2-star. Some of you might rank this higher, but you'll have to let us know. All right, moving on, our next pick is the new Mortal Kombat that just came out. Guys, I am such a big fan of the Mortal Kombat video game series. It's something I remember playing on Sega Genesis. It's just so much fun. And I was really excited to hear that this movie was coming out because back in the 90s and early 2000s, there was a previous Mortal Kombat movie series that was horrendous and just like kind of did not really follow the story arc of the games, if you will. But this new movie is so much different. It's so good. I'm going to be real with you. It's not a good film. It's not a good film if you're comparing it to movies like The Godfather. All right? It'd be like comparing like a Garfield Sunday strip to Homer's The Odyssey. Like, they're just not on the same level. It's not the same type of literature. So you can't really judge Mortal Kombat on that cinema scale. So I'm going to be giving Mortal Kombat a 4-star today. And the reason is because it's just pure bloody fun. You don't really have to think about the movie when you're watching it. There's nothing really like heavily like digestive that you have to like take into consideration. It's not an art house film. It's just an action film. So if you guys want something fun to watch with the family, it's a pretty good film. I will say it is quite bloody, but it is a very fun film to watch, especially if you're already a fan of the video game series. All right, that's a 4-star from me, guys. Last up on today's list, we have The Seventh Seal. This is a 1930s film directed by Ingmar Bergman. If you're not familiar with his work, it's extremely stark and very, very art house. If you guys aren't already into art house and are okay with watching a black and white film, especially one that's not in English, I would skip over this one. This movie is very, very isolating. And it's extremely artistic, like I already said. It follows the story of a young knight who is returning home from the Crusades. His name is Antonius Block, and he is on the run from death, who he is in a chess match with to earn his reprieve. And the whole reason he's doing this is because he wants to participate in one last good deed before he is taken away by death. So what he does is he finds a family who is fleeing the Black Plague, and he helps them escape across the countryside so that they, don't inevitably die from the plague. It's very philosophical. I will say that. It's very... It definitely makes you think, and it's one of those movies where you're going to have to pay attention the entire time to truly get and understand all the little nuances of the film. There is these really funny moments in the movie, but they're very easy to miss if you're not already paying attention to them. So I don't want to say that this movie is exhausting to watch, but it does require a high amount of attention to actually fully appreciate it. I personally love this film. I'm a big fan of Ingmar Bergman's work, so today I'm going to be giving that a 5-star. And if you like artistic films, hopefully you check it out. All right, Francis Howell North, thank you so much for tuning in to Weekly Movie Review, and I'll see you next time.
Now, I'm not much of a movie person, but those movies look like something I would actually enjoy.
Last week while we were at school, China released pictures taken by their Mars rover. For more information, see the link in the description below.
Now as we wait for civilization on Mars, here's a stir-fry recipe by Aidan Neu that's out of this world.
Hello, and today we're going to make some Szechuan pork stir-fry. To start off, we're going to need 2 scallions, some Szechuan base, sweet soy sauce, rice, and some fresh green beans and some ginger. Let's get started. Let's start with the scallions by cutting off the white ends and evenly slicing both. Now let's move on to the ginger by cutting off the skin and finely mincing them. Now in a small pot, we're gonna melt about 1 tablespoon of butter. And then add half your ginger. Reduce the heat to about medium-high and cook till the ginger is fragrant. Now we're going to add the rice with about 1/4 cup of water and then a pinch of salt. Bring it to a boil. Once you reach that, then reduce the heat and simmer covered for 12 to 18 minutes. Now we're gonna brown our meat. Today we have some pork and we're gonna start by grounding it up. And remember to flip it constantly to prevent it from burning. While you wait for that, you can put your green beans in a microwave-safe bowl with some water, and then we're going to cover it with plastic wrap and put it in for about 2 minutes. After your meat is sufficiently cooked, we're going to add all of our greens. Then we're going to cover everything in the soy sauce and Szechuan sauce with about 1/4 cup of water and a pinch of sugar. Make sure everything is covered. Now it's time to plate it up. Alright, let's give this a try. This is really great for people who like some spice in their food. But overall, just really good, and I hope you enjoyed.
That stir fry looked great. Thanks, Aidan.
And if you're looking to get into shape, then here's a story on weight training by Carter McDevitt.
Essentially what we do is we break it down into 3 phases, and each phase is 5 weeks long. Each week they get a very specific workout that has conversion charts on the back of it, like this. And essentially that tells them exactly what weight to put on for what set. So we kind of dictate and control what weight goes on the bar, and it's very specific, and it drives to a very specific goal.
When people are in weight training, it's for a variety of different reasons. So mostly of them, it's mostly good reasons. You know, you can get your body in shape, you know, gain bonds with people in there. So it takes your mind off certain things. It really takes my mind off like academic stuff, and then so it's like a different environment for me. And I play football, so this would be a good way to, you know, get in shape for football.
Another driving factor for Coach Edwards is the benefit that the class has on the students' social lives.
What it can do for us emotionally, improving anxiety, depression, those types of things. The kids that end up being friends in here. You know, you got the quintessential, the stereotypical sports person, and then the kid who's all kind of generally the wallflower, and they end up being buddies in here because they found a common ground. I focus as much on the emotional and spiritual part of it and the social part of it as anything else.
Thanks, Carter.
You took weight training, didn't you, Parker?
Yeah, honestly, it was one of my favorite classes. I'd recommend taking it next year.
Can't believe this year's almost over, but before it's done, here's Riley McBride with
The Drip of the Week.
We have Riley McBride, a junior. Why don't you run through your outfit with us?
So first, my shoes, I'm wearing Superstars. They probably cost about like $60, I guess. I'm wearing these jeans. I actually thrifted these from Goodwill. Those are only probably about like a couple bucks, I guess, like $3 probably. I thrifted my shirt as well. It's just a plain green t-shirt. That's probably a couple bucks. I also thrifted this as well. I thrifted this whole outfit, but this flannel I got, it's really cute. I thrifted that. I got this ring from Enchanted Attic on Main Street, and that was about like $40. It was really expensive, but it's my favorite. My mask, I got it from Target. I think that was like $5, I believe. And then my earrings, I just have these two hoops. These first ones were from Shein, so they're like super cheap, like probably $1. These second ones are from Claire's, so they're probably more expensive, like $5. And then this last one up here is from Claire's. I wear this one all the time. That was probably $5 as well. Well, every day when I just wake up, I kind of choose what I feel like wearing that day. I wear mostly comfortable clothing, so like the outfit I'm wearing now, it's kind of like light and really comfortable. So I really don't have like a certain style I go with. It's just what I feel depending on the day.
What a great outfit, Riley.
And here's Nikhil Contractor talking about his adorable dog Milo for this week's Pet of the Week.
What's up, guys? It's Nikhil Contractor, sophomore at Howell North, and this is my dog Milo. He is a Morkie, half Maltese, half Yorkshire Terrier, and he is around 2.5 years old. He loves going on walks. He's very energetic, and he goes on more walks than like 80-pound dogs, and he's a very loving and caring dog to have. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Nikhil. Milo's such a cute dog.
That brings us to the end of this week's show. If you enjoyed it, please like and share the video.
To keep up with news and updates, follow us at FHNtoday.
Until next time, stay safe, FHN, and have a good week. In there.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go.
It is hot. You gotta switch over. You can't see now.
I can't see either.
It's fine. I've memorized it.
All right, we're recording.
Thanks, Nikhil. Milo's such a cute dog.
I don't know what my line is.